Yo, it's Yerk, and today I'm bringing you guys another Squid Game tutorial in Fortnite Creative. I do want to apologize for the long wait between this video and the last Squid Game tutorial, where I showed you guys how to make the second game, which was the honeycomb cookie shape game. But my list of videos I need to make is starting to look like the Discover tab, and I've just been busy. But nevertheless, here we are back with the third Squid Game tutorial, and if you haven't seen the earlier games, there will be a card in the top right with a link to those, but you're here for Tug of War, so let's just get right into it. Okay, so unlike the last game, I don't think there's much need for an explanation on the rules of Tug of War, but our version's a little different than some of the other Squid Game maps that you may have played, and I think ours is a little bit better. So, just like the show, we have two race platforms for both teams, and once the game starts, everyone is equipped with a 6-shooter, and our goal is to shoot this floating ball that's suspended in the center all the way across to the other team's capture area. The more players that there are, the better, but I only have our Discord mod Phoenix with me right now to demonstrate, but you guys have to work as a team and time your shots to get that ball all the way across and win the game. Now that you've seen it in action, let's get into how to make this, and it's really just super easy. Okay, so first you're going to need to build out your Tug of War arena, and I based mine off the show, but you don't necessarily have to, but for mine I made each side 5 tiles long. Then we're going to have 2 open tiles in the middle, and then the other team side is going to be 5 tiles long as well. So in total, our Tug of War arena is going to be 12 tiles long. So first we're going to grab out a spawn pad, and we're just going to set this to team 1, and then place however many people you want per team down in a line just like this. Now we're going to pull out a capture area, and this is going to go in the middle of the tile that's behind the players, and open up the settings, and we're going to set this to team 1. Then we're going to set the capture radius to 1/16. We're also going to use the new setting and set the capture height to 5, and then scroll clear to the bottom and put when area scored, transmit on channel 1. Now we're just going to do the exact same thing on the other side for team 2, so set up your spawn pads, make sure you set them to team 2, then place down your capture area, and we're going to change it to team 2 as well. Then we're going to change the color. I'm going to go with red, and then we just want to set when area scored, transmit on channel 2. Now we're going to pull out an explosive barrel. Place this down right behind the furthest player from the middle, and then we're going to set the health to indestructible. Change the damage to elimination, and we're also going to turn the blast radius up to 5. Then we can also make it invisible, and we want this barrel to explode when receiving from channel 2 since we're on the team 2 side. Then just copy the barrel over to the team 1 side and set it to explode on channel 1, and at this point it should look something like this. Now we need to pull out a barrier device, and we're going to put this right in the middle of our Tug of War towers, right where those 2 open tiles that we left meet. And we want to set the width of this barrier to 0.05, then you can set the depth to it covers your entire arena. Then we're going to need another barrier, and this one's going to be in the same spot, only we're going to have it floating about 3 or 4 tiles or so above our first one. This one we're going to make it invisible, and then we want to set the width to 12. We're going to put both the depth and the height to 0.5. Make sure that the barrier goes all the way from one capture area all the way across to the other, then open it back up and set the barrier style to box hollow. And we also need to turn blocks weapon fire to off. Now we need to pull out the ball spawner device, and we want to shrink the spawner down a bit and then rotate it 180 degrees so it's facing straight down. Then place it down right here on top of our hollow barrier, just like this, and then we're going to set the ball size to small. We also need to set the player force multiplier to low, and lastly we're going to set gravity to off. So our Tug of War is technically ready. All we need now is to give our players a weapon, and I recommend using a 6-shooter for this game, but just make a class with a 6-shooter and we're ready to test her out. When we start the game, the ball is going to be floating above us in the center, but if we look across, we can't actually shoot anyone on the other team, and they can't shoot us either. The goal is to shoot the ball device all the way across to the other team's capture point, where the ball will then trigger our explosive and kill the other team for losing. And that's pretty much it. That's how you make the Tug of War game from Squid Game in Fortnite Creative. But click here to watch my other Squid Game tutorials. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, stay up.